Hi. Okay, I'm ready to film now. Let's go. If you watched the ending of my last video, you're probably wondering what happened. What the heck happened? Like, how did you land yourself in the hospital after having such a fun day? Like, such a fun day. So here's a little story time of what exactly happened, what led up to me spending about 2 months, yeah, like close to 60 days if not more, in the hospital. This video is going to be broken down into parts, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss anything. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for all your support watching my videos and everything. So today's video is going to be a little different. I just want to kind of share my story of what exactly happened. Buckle up, it's going to be a ride. It all started like a week before I filmed that FYP picnic vlog. That week was very stressful. Even planning the whole FYB picnic, because I was part of the planning committee, plus having school work, it was just really stressful. And then I was having my exams in 2 weeks, and so the week that led up to that, a lot of things were happening. It was just really stressful for me and really intense. So in just 1 week I had to prepare for exams. I had to complete my final design, I think just the floor plans, and then I had to create a roof model. I had to read for 2 tests. I had to complete my chapter 1 for my project. So I was just really stressed and really tensed. And after that day, because I had so much work to do, I didn't, you know, when your body is giving you signs and signals that you're about to fall sick, like something is wrong. But because I had so many things that was occupying my headspace, I didn't really have time to be like, oh, like, why am I feeling this kind of pain? Why am I having headache? Like, why am I stressed? That kind of thing. So I was just like, oh no, I need to do this, I need to do that. So there was no time for me to think that, oh, you're falling sick, like you need to relax. So in that week leading up to the exams, I had to do a presentation for urban design, and that was like 70% of my grade. It was a group presentation. I had to do I think redevelopment of an entire community with industrialization in mind. So it was a lot. I had to read for tests. It was just a lot I had to do. So what happened was that week, it was just 1 week to the exam. We had the presentation on Thursday. The exam was going to start on Monday. So that week, I think it was on Tuesday, that I went for 9th class. Normally 9th class is like the norms for architecture students, but I personally don't do 9th class like that because I draw at home, obviously because of my health, and I cannot be doing 9th class all the time. But because of it was a group work and I was part of like the main people presenting, I had to be there. Like, I had to be present to see what they were doing. So I had to go for 9th class, and obviously 9th class was successful. I'm a very productive person. Like, if I put my mind to something, I'm gonna show up. So, but I did not know that that was going to affect me a lot. So it happened that after the 9th class, the morning of the presentation, which was like Thursday morning, yeah, that's when it went wrong. Like, it went so wrong. I was nervous.
So anytime I'm trying to do a presentation, I always get so nervous.
But that's when I started feeling pain, and I was just thinking that, oh, maybe it's because like I'm nervous. I had to do my presentation as I was having severe back pain. But that's the thing about sickle cell. I feel like we can just pretend a lot. Like, I feel like I've mastered that. I can be looking like fine, like normal, like this. I can be gisting and talking with you, and you would not know that I'm having the most intense pain of my life. So that is exactly what was happening. I was literally struggling. My back, my legs hurt, and I was killing the presentation. No, I was killing the presentation. Like, I was so proud of myself. I mean, although like it doesn't matter now, but yeah, I was really proud of myself for showing up and doing the presentation. So after the presentation was done, after I was done presenting, I was going to sit down and, you know, see my other classmates' presentation, because like that's how you learn. But the pain was already too intense at that point, so I had to like go back home. So when I got back home, that's when the problem started. You know, when you just realize, damn, like, damn, I'm in trouble. So that's exactly what happened. I had to call my friend, and who lives close by, and I was like, oh god, I need to get to health center. Like, I need to get to health center. Like, it was so bad. I couldn't feel my back. I was literally almost screaming. So when I got to health center, they had already called my mom. So my mom was waiting for me at the health center, and yeah, I feel like when I got there, I just kind of blanked out. I couldn't remember anything. All I remember was intense pain, and you know, them giving me IV for my for some type of injection or painkiller or whatever. I have no idea what they gave me, but all I know is being ushered into one of the like private rooms so I can sleep. So I was just thinking, oh, you know, it's just normal stress crisis. Who doesn't receive stress crisis, you know, as sickle cell? Like, I have stress crisis a lot. I'm an architecture student, of course I'm going to be stressed, so I'm going to be having stress crisis a lot. But this one was quite different, and I was just expecting, you know, normally highest a week and I'm done. Like, I'm back to normal, I'm back to school, up and running, take my medicine, blah blah blah. But that wasn't quite what happened. So at this point, I still thought that I was okay. I only needed like some painkillers, like strong painkillers, one that they give you like through your veins. Little did I know that that night would determine if I would live or die. Yeah. As someone with sickle cell, it's sometimes hard to remember, easy to forget that I'm someone who was born into a weak body. Yeah, and no matter how ambitious I get, I need to always put my health first, because you cannot do anything if you're not healthy. You cannot say, oh, I want to do this, I'm ambitious, I want to climb mountains and shit, if you're not taking care of your body. Around 8 o'clock that evening, yeah, the nurse that gave me the IV, the injection. So all this, I was blanked out. Like, I had no idea what was going on. So it was my mom that told me exactly everything that was happening after I woke up, like 2 days later. We're getting to that. So Nurse Sickle came in, and she told my mom that your daughter is looking very pale. Like, I think she's going to need blood transfusion, and we don't have the facility to give her blood in this health center. Like, we need to move her to a general hospital. She's looking very pale. And my mom was like, it's just normal crisis now. Like, don't worry, she'll be fine. She'll be fine, don't worry. Okay. She's like, okay. So yeah, I don't know what I was doing. Literally have no clue. So my mom was like, she came again about an hour later. She was like, she looked at my feet, she checks me, she checks my eyes. She's like, madam, I think you really need to take your daughter to the general hospital. Like, you need to take her to the general hospital. You know what, I think I'm going to have to ask my mom to come and relay exactly what happened, because I wasn't there. This is just what I've heard. But apparently Nurse Sickle came like 3 times to beg my mom, and then the last time, I think it was like almost midnight, she came and she was like, "Madam, this is really serious. Your daughter is looking very, very pale. Look at her feet. She's just not looking well. You have to take her to general hospital. This is really, really serious." That she was, like, you don't have to pay. Like, she personally took me like with the ambulance. She personally did it, so I didn't have to like pay or anything. So I think around almost midnight, my mom now finally agreed, because she was being really, really persistent. So my mom agreed, and I think that at that point I woke up. I was still like kind of drowsy. I wasn't getting what's going on. Yeah, all I remember was getting into like the ambulance, them asking me. My mom was like, they asked you to lie down, you're like, no, I'm fine, I don't want to lie down. And I do remember that, like, I was like, oh no, I don't want to lie down, mainly because like I was having pains in my waist and my legs, so if lying down would be like very, very uncomfortable, so I need to like rest my back. So that's what happened. So I sat down throughout the ambulance ride, let's say like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, yeah. All I remember was getting to the general hospital. My mom said immediately I stood up, I fainted. Like, I fainted. Yeah. I heard they rushed me into the emergency ward, and they ran some tests, and my mom was like, she was very hysterical when she saw the results. Like, she just started crying, she just started like calling for doctors, asking for help. Doctor was like, oh my god, are you, or how is she still alive? Oh my god. Like, they were just rushing. So my mom was like, when she first saw the results, my blood level was actually very low, exactly what the nurse said, but she wasn't expecting to be that low. Like, it was okay. So my blood was 8%. I had just 8% of blood in my body. And for context, my stable PCV is 22%. People's normal stable PCV is around 35 to 45. That's for females. And my normal stable PCV is 22% as a sickle cell, like as someone with sickle cell. But that day it was 8%. Yeah, I very much should have not been alive by then, to be very honest. And I mean, I was feeling pain and all, but like, it's not supposed to be that bad. Like, what do you mean 8%? Like, what? Yeah, so that's how my mom, she rushed. She met all the like doctors and nurses. They rushed to give me about 2 pints of blood that night in the emergency ward. My mom was like, she was very hysterical. She went to the blood bank, she was begging, crying. She was like, we need blood. So one of the student nurses gave her like 1 fresh blood, and one blood was not so fresh. My mom thinks that it's the second blood that caused the whole problem, but we can never know. So she went back to the emergency ward. I still remember, I still actually have the bruises. You might not be able to see, but my veins are still very bruised. Yeah. And this is like how many months now? 6 months already, and I still have the bruises. So far though, but anyways, yeah, so they gave me about 2 pints of blood, and then before my friend rushed, my very good friend that I have taken blood from twice. Thank you. No, seriously though, thank you, lifesaver. So yeah, my friend came and donated another pint, what do you call it, pints of blood. That was when I was moved to the ward you know, after emergency, I was then moved to the sickle cell ward. The sickle cell ward. So this story time is especially long, and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it in just one video. But if you have made it this far, thank you for listening to me and my stories. Yeah, it was kind of, it is a little bit hard talking about what I went through, but I felt like I needed to make this video for myself for myself, to kind of prove to myself that I've gotten over it, and I'm better, and I'm never going to experience something like this like ever again. But I would also like to hear some of your experiences, if you've ever experienced anything close. I hope you've never experienced anything close to what I've experienced. Yeah, please don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, share this video if you want to share the video or not. I don't know, but stay tuned, because part 2 is going to be way worse. It got bad. You think it got bad, but I'll see you in part 2.